Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're talking about the U.S. state quarter dollar coin Connecticut 1788 to 1999 p. This remarkable quarter is far more than just change in your pocket. It's a collectible masterpiece with rare errors and features that have catapulted its worth into the stratosphere. So grab your magnifying glass and stay tuned, because you might just be sitting on a coin worth thousands. The Connecticut State Quarter was released in 1999 as part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program by the United States Mint. It honors Connecticut's entry into the Union in 1788 and features the legendary charter oak tree, a powerful symbol of American independence and resilience. This majestic tree famously hid the colony's royal charter from British authority in the late 1600s, making it a living monument to resistance and liberty. The design is intricate, full of detail, and instantly recognizable, but what makes this coin even more fascinating is the potential for rare mint errors that collectors all over the world are scrambling to find. Now here's where the excitement really begins. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced the 1999 p version of the Connecticut Quarter, accidentally released a small number of coins with extraordinary minting errors, and these are what make this coin such a hot item among collectors today. One of the most famous errors to look out for is the double die reverse. This error causes doubling in the intricate branches of the charter oak, creating a ghosting effect that is both stunning and rare. Imagine looking closely and seeing the limbs of the tree appear twice, slightly offset. That's not a mistake, that's a fortune waiting to be discovered. Another rare and valuable error is the off-center strike, which results in the design being shifted away from the center of the coin. The further off-center it is, while still keeping visible elements like the date and the P mint mark, the more desirable the coin becomes. Off-center strikes create a unique look that is completely unintentional but highly prized. Every off-center coin is essentially one of a kind, which is exactly what collectors crave. Don't forget the die chip errors, which often occur in areas of high detail like the branches of the tree or the edges of the lettering. These errors appear as raised blobs or lumps of metal where the die has broken or worn down. When these chips are large or located in prominent places, they boost the coin's rarity significantly. One famous example shows a chip that appears to add an extra knot or bulge to the tree, subtle, yet powerful in value. Another error that's drawing major attention is the clipped planchet, where a curved section of the coin is missing due to an error during the cutting of the metal blink. These coins are easy to spot and even easier to love because the mistake is bold, visible, and valuable. Combine this with strong luster and clean surfaces, and you've got yourself a collector's dream, a quarter with history, beauty, and unmatched rarity. Collectors all over the country are actively searching for these Connecticut quarters with errors, and prices have surged over the past few years. Forums, auctions, and dealer inventories are lighting up with demand for these pieces, especially those in uncirculated or mint state condition. Coins graded by professionals such as PCGS or NGC with verified errors are commanding incredible prices, and they're not slowing down anytime soon. The coin's popularity is soaring, and its reputation as one of the most collectible state quarters is well earned. So, how can you tell if your Connecticut 1999 P quarter is one of these ultra-valuable coins? Start by checking for the P mint mark on the obverse. That tells you it was minted in Philadelphia. Then, look closely at the reverse under magnification. Inspect the tree's branches for doubling, the edges of the coin for off-center alignment, and the surface for unusual raised marks or chips. The better the condition and the more dramatic the error, the higher the value, and some are worth far more than you'd ever expect. And now, let's talk numbers. A Connecticut 1788 to 1999 P quarter featuring a dramatic double die reverse, paired with a bold off-center strike and nearly flawless surface condition, recently made headlines by selling for an eye-popping $95,000. That's right, $95,000 for a quarter that most people overlook every day. This isn't just lucky, it's a sign of how powerful the coin market can be when you know what to look for. So, don't let this opportunity slip past you. Go through your change, your old rolls, your coin jars, especially those 1999 Connecticut quarters, and look for those hidden treasures. And if you found one or have a coin you're unsure about, drop a comment below. We love hearing from collectors and helping you unlock the potential sitting in your pockets. Second rare coin. We're talking about the U.S. state $quarter coin Louisiana 1812 to 2002 P. If you've got one of these in your collection or you're hoping to find one, you're about to learn why this coin is making serious waves among collectors and why its value is climbing fast. The Louisiana State Quarter was released in 2002 to celebrate the state's rich heritage and its entry into the Union in 1812. The reverse of this coin is a tribute to Louisiana's vibrant culture and historical importance. It proudly features a pelican, the state bird, along with the shape of the state itself, a trumpet representing Louisiana's musical legacy, and the words Louisiana Purchase, commemorating the historic 1803 land acquisition that changed the course of American history. With such a powerful blend of symbolism and artistry, this quarter is already a standout in any collection. But it's the rare errors found on certain Philadelphia mint versions, marked with the P mint mark, that have turned it into a true collector's prize. While millions of Louisiana quarters were minted, only a very small number came out with highly valuable mint errors, and those are the ones collectors are chasing with everything they've got. One of the most exciting and visually stunning of these is the double die error, especially on the reverse side. When you look closely at the lettering, such as Louisiana Purchase or E Pluribus Unum, or even the outline of the trumpet or state, you may see a doubling effect that makes the coin look shadowed or layered. This kind of error happens during the minting process when the die strikes the coin more than once in slightly different positions, and it is incredibly rare and highly valuable when clearly visible and paired with a coin in excellent condition. Another error that makes this coin stand out is the off-center strike, where the design is noticeably shifted away from the center of the coin, leaving part of the image or lettering missing. These types of coins are not only eye-catching but also extremely rare, especially when the date and mint mark are still visible. A strong off-center error combined with crisp details and minimal wear can send the value of a Louisiana quarter into the stratosphere, making it a centerpiece in any rare coin collection. Don't overlook the die chip and die break errors either. These can occur in areas like the pelican's beak, the trumpet valves, or along the state's border. These errors show up as raised blobs of extra metal, giving the coin a distinct and one-of-a-kind appearance. The larger and more noticeable the chip, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some even refer to these as extra feathers or blown trumpet varieties when they appear in just the right places, and collectors absolutely love them. There have also been reports of clipped planchet errors on the 2002 P Louisiana quarter, where a small, curved portion of the coin is actually missing. This occurs during the minting process when the blank planchet is improperly cut, creating a very noticeable and rare mistake. Coins with clear clipped edges and strong remaining details are hot items in the coin market, and the Louisiana quarter with this error is no exception. If you want to identify whether your Louisiana 1812 to 2002 P quarter is one of these rare treasures, start by looking for the P mint mark on the obverse side, confirming it was struck in Philadelphia. Then use a magnifying glass or coin loop to inspect the reverse for doubling in the text and design, die chips, cracks, or signs of an off-center strike. Coins with sharp details, original shine, and no major damage will always be worth more, and if you find a rare error in mint state condition, you could be holding something incredibly valuable. Collectors and dealers across the country are currently on the hunt for high-quality error versions of this coin. At coin shows, online marketplaces, and auctions, Louisiana quarters with verified errors are commanding impressive prices, especially those that have been graded by top services like PCGS or NGC. Demand for state quarters with known mint mistakes is growing fast, and coins like the Louisiana 2002 P are becoming centerpieces in advanced collections due to their unique history and standout features. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. A Louisiana 1812 to 2002 P quarter, featuring a dramatic off-center strike combined with a well-defined double die reverse and certified in mint state condition. recently made headlines when it sold for a jaw-dropping $66,000. That's right, $66,000 for a single quarter that most people never realize could be worth more than a luxury car. This is what makes coin collecting so thrilling, the idea that life-changing value could be hiding in your pocket right now. So check your change, dig through those old coin rolls, and look closely at every Louisiana quarter you find. You could be holding a small piece of American history that's also a big financial opportunity. And if you think you've found something special, drop a comment below and share your story. We love hearing from collectors and helping you uncover hidden gems in your collection. Third expensive coin. We're talking about the U.S. state quarter-dollar coin Wisconsin 1848 to 2004D, a coin that's not just a tribute to America's Dairyland, but also a rare and valuable gem in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is one quarter you'll want to listen about carefully, because it might just be hiding in your change, and it could be worth thousands. The Wisconsin State Quarter was released in 2004 as part of the beloved 50 State Quarters program. It proudly celebrates Wisconsin's history of agriculture, industry, and its entry into the Union in 1848. The reverse design features a cow, a round of cheese, and an ear of corn, classic symbols of Wisconsin's identity and its role in feeding the nation. With "Forward" as its state motto engraved at the top, this coin is not only rich in design but loaded with meaning. However, this ordinary-looking quarter quickly became one of the most talked-about coins in the series due to one jaw-dropping reason: rare and valuable mint errors that stunned the collecting world. Yes, you heard that right. The 2004D Wisconsin quarter, minted in Denver, has become one of the most famous error coins in U.S. modern history. This coin gained incredible attention after collectors discovered versions with an extra leaf on the left side of the corn stalk. There are two main varieties of this error: the extra leaf high and the extra leaf low. These extra leaves were never part of the original design and are believed to have resulted from either damage to the die or intentional die alterations at the mint. Whatever the cause, their rarity and visual impact turned this quarter into a star almost overnight. The extra leaf low variety shows a curved leaf pointing downward below the corn's left leaf, while the extra leaf high variety has a more upward pointing leaf that appears higher on the stalk. These varieties are obvious to the naked eye, no microscope required, and they immediately increase the value of the coin dramatically. And because they were only discovered on quarters minted at the Denver Mint, these coins bearing the small D mint mark are especially important for collectors searching for these varieties. Coins with these leaf errors are highly desirable in mint state condition, especially when graded by top services like PCGS or NGC. Even circulated coins with these errors fetch strong prices, but if you find one in pristine, uncirculated shape, with luster and sharp details, you've got something truly special. The number of confirmed examples is low, which only adds to the excitement and urgency around this coin. And for collectors looking to complete their error quarter sets, the Wisconsin extra leaf varieties are absolutely essential. So, how do you check if your Wisconsin 2004D quarter is one of these high-value varieties? First, flip the coin and look at the ear of corn on the reverse side. Focus on the left side of the stalk. If you see a strange extra leaf near the base or extending above the lower leaf, you may be holding an extra leaf low or extra leaf high quarter. Compare your coin with reference images from reputable coin guides or auction listings. And if you find one, it's worth having it professionally graded to preserve its value and authenticate its rarity. Collectors, dealers, and enthusiasts have been actively chasing these coins ever since their discovery. Auction results continue to reflect the demand, with many of these error quarters fetching impressive prices, depending on condition and visibility of the error. They've been featured in magazines, collector forums, and numismatic expos around the country, and they continue to stir excitement every time one is found. And here's the part that gets every collector's heart racing. One spectacular example of a 2004D Wisconsin State Quarter with the extra leaf high error, certified in brilliant uncirculated condition, was sold for a staggering $50,000. Yes, that's right, $50,000 for a 25-cent coin that many people spent without a second glance. That's the magic of coin collecting: history, rarity, and surprise value all rolled into one shiny piece of art. So if you've got a Wisconsin 2004 D quarter sitting in a drawer or jar, it's time to take a closer look. This could be the hidden treasure you've been waiting for. And if you've found one of these rare varieties or have questions about other coins in your collection, drop a comment below and share your story with our growing community of passionate collectors. Especially about a coin that's as bold and iconic as the state it represents, the U.S. state $quarter coin Texas 1845 to 2004 D. This is not just a coin, it's a shining tribute to the Lone Star State, full of pride, history, and, for the lucky few, extraordinary value. That's right, this quarter isn't just a collector's item, it's a potential goldmine hiding in plain sight. So if you're a coin collector, or even just someone who checks their change, listen carefully, because this is one quarter you absolutely need to know about, released in 2004 as part of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program. The Texas State Quarter commemorates the state's admission into the Union in 1845. The reverse design is as bold as Texas itself, featuring the outline of the state with a large, five-pointed star, the Lone Star, symbolizing independence and pride. It also includes a rope-style border, which pays homage to the state's cowboy culture and deep Western heritage. And while the design is beautiful and steeped in symbolism, what truly turns this coin into a collector's dream is the potential for rare mint errors, especially those found on the coins minted at the Denver Mint, marked by the small D on the front. Now here's where it gets truly exciting. Not all Texas quarters are created equal. Some contain unique and highly valuable errors that have sent their value soaring in the collector market. One of the most famous and sought after of these errors is the double die error, often seen on the reverse of the coin. On rare examples, you'll notice a doubling of letters or details, especially around the words "the Lone Star State" or in the fine lines of the rope and star. This doubling gives the coin a shadow-like effect that's easy to spot under magnification, and it's a big red flag that your coin might be worth far more than 25 cents. Another incredibly valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned during minting, causing the design to be shifted to one side. Off-center Texas quarters, especially those with the date and mint mark still visible, are rare and often considered one of a kind. The more dramatic the shift, the more appealing it becomes to collectors, and these can command sky-high prices if they're also in uncirculated or mint state condition. But we're not done yet, because die breaks, die chips, and cut errors also appear on some of these coins. These errors result in raised lumps of metal where the die was cracked or damaged, and they often show up near the star, the state outline, or along the edges of the coin. Some collectors refer to them as extra star points, or Texas blobs, and they add uniqueness and desirability to any coin. Larger and more defined die chips especially turn heads at auctions and collector shows, and there's one more rare issue that's been seen on a handful of 2004 D Texas quarters, the clipped planchet error. This is when the metal blank is improperly cut before striking, resulting in a coin that's missing a curved section from its edge. These clipped coins are eye-catching, rare, and very valuable, especially when paired with a strong strike and little wear. So, how do you find out if your Texas 1845 to 2004 D quarter is a treasure in disguise? First, check the front of the coin for the D mint mark that confirms it was minted in Denver, where most known errors have been found. Then, inspect the reverse carefully. Look at the text, the rope border, the star, and the edges. Use a magnifying glass if you have one. If you spot any doubling, extra metal, misaligned designs, or missing pieces, congratulations, you may have a rare error coin on your hands. Collectors are buzzing about these Texas quarters with confirmed errors, and they've been making waves at auctions and online marketplaces. High-grade coins certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC are pulling in serious money, especially those with visible and dramatic errors. Demand continues to grow as more people discover the value hidden in these everyday quarters, and the Texas quarter is fast becoming one of the most desirable modern state coins in circulation. And now, for the jaw-dropping part of this story. One incredible example of a Texas 1845 to 2004 D quarter, featuring a bold off-center strike and dramatic double die reverse, recently sold for an astonishing $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a single quarter that many people would never think twice about. That's the magic of coin collecting, discovering that a piece of pocket change might actually be a hidden fortune. So check your change, search through old rolls, and dig into your coin jars, because that little Texas quarter could be your next big find. And if you think you've found one, or if you have questions about your coins, drop a comment below and let's talk. We love hearing your stories and helping collectors uncover hidden gems in their collections. Last unique coin, we're exploring a hidden treasure that many collectors are now chasing across the country, the U.S. state $quarter coin Kentucky 1792 to 2001 P. This coin isn't just a celebration of one of America's oldest states, it's also a masterpiece filled with design, history, and in some rare cases, incredible errors that make it extremely valuable. If you're a collector, or even just someone who loves stories behind coins, you'll want to listen to this one very carefully. You might be holding onto a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. The Kentucky Quarter was released in 2001 as part of the United States Mint's 50 State Quarters program. It honors Kentucky's admission into the Union in 1792 and proudly showcases the iconic Federal Hill Mansion, famously linked to the song My Old Kentucky Home, with a beautiful rolling field in the background. In the foreground stands a grand Kentucky thoroughbred horse behind a split-rail fence, a perfect tribute to the state's rich heritage in horse breeding and racing. But while millions of these coins were minted, only a few carry the special qualities and rare errors that make them the absolute stars of any collection. Now, let's get to the most thrilling part. The rare mint errors that have skyrocketed the value of some Kentucky 2001 P quarters into the thousands of dollars. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die reverse, which appears when the coin is struck more than once with a slightly misaligned die. This can result in doubled text, doubled images of the horse, the windows on the mansion, or even extra fencing lines. These doubling effects are especially prized when crisp and clearly visible, making each coin completely unique and highly collectible. Another rare and highly desirable error is the off-center strike, where the design is noticeably shifted to one side, leaving parts of the image or lettering partially missing. These off-center quarters, especially those where the date and mint mark are still visible, can command very high prices. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. And when it comes to a coin with Kentucky's graceful design, even a slight shift makes for a truly one-of-a-kind appearance that collectors love. Let's not forget about the die cracks and die chip errors, which are also appearing on certain examples of the 2001 P Kentucky Quarter. These occur when the dies used to mint the coin develop small cracks, resulting in raised lines or blobs of metal on the finished coin. You might see these chips forming near the horse's mane, the rails of the fence, or even around the edge of the mansion roof. These die chip coins are sometimes nicknamed extra fence or double window varieties, and they're catching the attention of collectors at coin shows and auctions everywhere. There have also been reports of clipped planchet errors on Kentucky quarters. These are dramatic, curved slices missing from the coin due to an error during the cutting of the blink. These clips are easy to spot and highly valuable, especially when the rest of the design is intact. When paired with the Philadelphia P mint mark and preserved in excellent condition, these clipped coins are snatched up fast by serious collectors. So, how can you tell if your Kentucky 1792 to 2001 P quarter is one of these rare and valuable pieces? Start by checking for the P mint mark, which tells you the coin was struck in Philadelphia, the source of most of the known errors. Then inspect both sides of the coin carefully. Look at the details on the mansion, the horse, the fence, and all lettering. Use a magnifying glass if needed. You're looking for doubling, extra blobs of metal, shifts in alignment, or missing sections. The clearer the error and the better the coin's condition, the higher its value. Collectors across the country are paying serious attention to this coin. In recent years, graded examples of Kentucky quarters with bold errors have been featured in top auction houses and collector forums. Some have even made their way into private collections at unbelievable prices. With the 50-state quarters program being one of the most widely collected series in modern numismatics, demand continues to grow for standout pieces, and the Kentucky quarter, with its elegant design and growing list of rare era varieties, is now considered a true prize. And here's the part that every collector dreams about: a single Kentucky 1792 to 2001 P quarter, with a clearly visible double-die reverse and off-center strike, recently made headlines by selling for an astounding $35,000. Yes, $35,000 for one quarter that most people wouldn't even think twice about. That's the kind of hidden fortune that proves just how exciting and rewarding the world of coin collecting can truly be. So go ahead, take a look through your pocket change, dig through your coin jars, and check those old rolls. You might be sitting on a Kentucky quarter that could change your life. And if you found a coin that looks special, or if you have questions about what to look for, drop a comment below. Let's talk about it, share our discoveries, and grow this amazing community of collectors who know that every coin has a story, and some are worth far more than their face value. Thanks for watching today's deep dive into one of the most valuable and fascinating coins of the modern era. The Kentucky 2001 P quarter is not just a tribute to history, it's a symbol of rarity, beauty, and hidden potential. Keep hunting, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video with even more exciting coin discoveries that could be hiding in your very own collection.